All praise to Yahweh Shem Shah, all praise to Yahweh Shem Shah. Right now we are on the highways and the byways for preaching and teaching on the streets. So we're just going to bring it out. I don't know what this is going to be titled. By the way, this is my second time preaching on the streets, but something happened in my first recording when I was preaching some other time. And yes, I am getting a new Bible. Don't worry about that. All praise to Yahweh Shem Shah, all praise to Yahweh Shem Shah. However, if you do not obey the Lord your God and do not carefully keep these commandments, and do not carefully follow all his commandments and decrees I'm giving you today, all these curses will come upon you and overtake you. You will be cursed in the city and cursed in the country. Your basket and your kneading trough will be cursed. The fruit of your womb will be cursed, and the crops of your land, and the calves of your herds, and lambs of your flocks. You will be cursed when you come in, and cursed when you go out. The Lord will send on you curses and confusion and rebuke in everything you put your hand to, until you are destroyed and come to sudden ruin. The Lord will plague you with diseases until he has plagued you from the land. Hey, brother. You are entering to possess. The Lord will strike you with wasting disease. Now, the dude over there didn't seem like he wanted to walk right by. He didn't even want to give ear to what I was saying. Whatever. He's an old... you know what they say? He's an older one, too. He's an older one, too. You will be pledged to be married to a woman, but another will take her and ravish her. You will build a house, but you will not live in it. You will plant a vineyard, but you will not even begin to enjoy its fruit. Your ox will be slaughtered before your eyes, but you will eat none of it. Your donkey will be forcibly taken from you and will not be returned. Your sheep will be given to your enemies, and no one will rescue them. Your sons and daughters will be given to another nation, and you will wear out your eyes, watching for them day after day. Powerless to lift a hand, the people that you do not know will eat what your land and labor produce. Man. That was surprising. Hey, you got 2 minutes? Oh, you ain't want to come. He said, hi, bye. So he's gonna read some, what's it called? Ice-breaking stuff, yo. The Lord will afflict your knees and legs with painful boils that cannot be cured. Spreading from the soles of your feet to the top of your head, the Lord will drive you and the king you set over you to a nation unknown to you or your fathers. There you will worship other gods, gods of wood and stone. Now, right, what happened to the Hebrew Israelites, right? They ended up worshiping gods of wood and stone, you know? Now, I don't have my posters out here today because it's too dang windy, way too windy. But I'm going to start reading from the Apocrypha. Esdras, second Esdras, 8 verse 30. No, 8 verse 30. Take thou no indignation at them which are deemed worse than beasts, but love them that put always their trust in thy righteousness and glory. Right, so according to 2nd Esdras chapter 2, verse 30 and 29. Let's go 29 too. Thanks. Let it not be thy will to destroy them which have lived like beasts, but to look upon them that have clearly taught thy law. Right. So let it not, see your brother's looking, he's interested. So let it not be thy will to destroy them. Let it not be thy will to destroy them which have lived like beasts, but to look upon them that have clearly taught thy law. So what am I doing right now? Preaching and teaching, like it says on the highways and byways. And what happens is that the Lord's eyes is clearly on those who are teaching the law, right? Who are trying to correct and chastise the people for what they're doing wrong. And since we're Hebrew Israelites, right? Since we're Israelites and we know the law, that deems us what? Worse than beasts. Let's go to this one. I know thy works, that thou neither art cold nor hot. I would thou went cold or hot. Right, so the Lord's saying, I wish you were either cold or hot. However, since you're lukewarm and neither hot nor cold, I'll spew you out of my mouth. Right. So, for instance, you can't, when you're keeping these commandments, you got to do to the best of your ability. You can't just be, you can't be having to join in one hand and then preaching the word of the Lord in another hand. You know, there is a video that the elders did where this one guy, this elder who's been in the truth for a long time, was rolling up a joint of weed, right? And a lot of people were falling away. Hey man, how you doing? And a lot of people were falling away because a lot of people are following him. So when you end up smoking that joint and doing that stuff and going back into the world, then the people were wondering, there's a comment on the comment section saying, who do I follow now? But I got a scripture for that. Put not your... Psalms chapter 146, verse 3. Put not your trust in princes, nor in the Son of Man, in whom there is no help. Right. So don't put your trust in princes. Don't even put your trust in man. Right? Matter of fact, let's go to another scripture right here. Psalm chapter 118, verse 8. It is better to trust in the Lord than to put confidence in man. So even though that dude who's seen in the truth for a long time, because I'm basically a baby in this truth, but at least I'm at least studied to show myself approved enough though. But the guy has been in truth for a long time. Many people put their confidence in him, and what ended up happening? He fell away, right? And you're gonna have that happen a lot in this truth. Some people may be already taking breaks from this already, right? So you end up falling away. What can you do about that though? Right? But like I said, it's better to trust in the Lord than to put your confidence in man. A lot of people will follow after one man just to be destroyed. But what does the Lord say about that? Let's go here. Hey, how you doing? 2 Corinthians chapter 6, verse 17. Wherefore come out from among them, and be ye separate, saith the Lord, and touch not the unclean thing, and I will receive you. Right. So we're not even supposed to we're not even supposed to touch the unclean thing. If we don't touch the unclean thing, he will receive us. Right? And it says, wherefore come out and be separate from among them. Alright? Now, this means not to do the acts of those people. And if it's better than ever, then don't be around those people unless it's for, what's it called? Purpose of the gospel. For what happens when you hang around those people that do bad or not far from the Lord? You end up becoming like them. For bad habits spoil good associations. Let's go there. Hey sister, how you doing? Hey, you got 2 minutes? You got 2 minutes?
No, sorry.
No? Can I read you this one thing?
Okay.
It's gonna be real quick, don't worry. Alright. So basically right here.
What is this for? What are you reading?
So basically I'm giving you a history of what happened. Remember the transatlantic slave trade?
No.
You don't remember the transatlantic slave trade where the we were taken from ships from Africa all the way to America? Don't remember that? Alright. Where are you from? North? North where?
Like Newark.
Oh, New York.
No, Newark.
Newark. That's somewhere up there, right? Well, basically, I've come to tell you that these curses, because according to Deuteronomy chapter 20, verse 64, that the Lord will scatter from among all people, and that will be on slave ships, and that our enemy will rule on the top and the bottom, right? You see how our people are living like the ghettos and stuff, right? It says that we will be the tail and not the head, because we end up provoking the Lord to live like beasts. But basically, what I've come to tell you is that on this sign, right? I'm gonna let it pass. Since you're from America, you'll be from America. Right, so you have that. And what ended up happening was, your reason you're an Israelite, right? But the reason why you don't know you're an Israelite is because of Jeremiah chapter 24. I'm going to get that out right here. I'll be real quick, don't worry. And thou even thyself shalt discontinue from thine heritage, and I will cause thee to serve thy enemies in a land which knowest not. So we didn't know this land before. What ended up happening, the Lord caused us to be discontinued from our heritage because we went off. So then we end up being sold to the Americas, to the Edomites. Now the Edomites are your so-called Caucasians, your so-called white people. And that's where we end up serving. So it says right here, in the land of our captivity, according to Luke chapter 2, verse 30. We remember ourselves. So basically, I'm just telling you, sister, that you're an Israelite and that you need to repent. You need to be all like repentance and back to the Most High. And on top of that, too, people say the name Jesus, but the letter J didn't exist 500 years ago. According to the Paleo Hebrew and the ancient name, because back then people weren't calling him Jesus. Jesus is an English name. It was a made up name. His real name is Yahweh Shah, the name of the prophets of Yahweh. Alright, just wanted to keep it there for a little bit. Take care, okay? See? And there you go. That's all you had to do. You know what? Snap. That's the first person I ever preached to before. So, you see, when some people say, I don't got that much time, just scratch that. They got time. If they got time to walk, they got time to listen. I'm just kidding. But hey, you know, here's the thing. Now, she says she doesn't know about transatlantic slave trade. Shocking. You know? But if you've seen what happened, she had her teeth. She was smoking and her teeth were kind of messed up. Now, I'm going to guess that's because of smoking. Her teeth were kind of yellow, but she was a pretty sister. She wasn't a bad-looking sister. I wonder if she smoked cigarettes. Was those cigarettes scented? Anyways. But like I said, Where's that scripture at? Paul, let's go to 1 Corinthians chapter 3, verse 6, right? I have planted, Apollos watered, but God gave the increase. Right, Yahweh gave the increase. So that sister may be like, who the heck is this guy? He's a crazy dude. Which is fine, we're going to look crazy. That's just how it is. But the thing is, what ended up happening? You plant the seed, right? And Yahweh is ultimately the one who gives the increase. Yahweh is the one who tells her truth. But what's the good thing for this is that the blood's off your hand, right? And you got people looking at me, but they won't come out and say hi to me. Now, what else? Now we're going to go to Babylon being destroyed in 1 hour. In 1 hour. And there came one of the 7 angels which had the 7 vials. I shewed them unto the judgments, a great whore that sat upon many waters. Now who's a great whore? America. With whom the kings of the earth had committed fornication, and the inhabitants of her earth have made drunk with the wine of her fornication. Right. Now who else become drunk because of America? All the nations, and all the nations end up sharing the cup with her, end up passing, that cup with her, and what's it called? Backwashing. They backwash that wine that America was drunk off. So he carried away, verse 3, so he carried me away in the spirit into the wilderness. And I saw a woman sit upon a scarlet-colored beast. Hey sister, how you doing? Full of names of blasphemy, having 7 heads and 10 horns. And the woman was arrayed in purple and scarlet color and decked with gold. Basically, you keep going. And it's just telling you about the beast. But ultimately, America will be destroyed in 1 hour. Right? Now, this is going to be my new preaching spot from now on. Because back, I used to try to go around other places to preach. And ultimately, I would be able to go around some other places, but this is the place to preach so far, man. Because finding parking here is crazy, man. You got darn there park at a stop sign, man. Just to be able to do what you're doing. You know what I mean? Hey, how you doing? Yeah. So you're probably wondering, hey, why am I not really talking to Edomites? Why am I not really telling them the destructions? Because I'm not really worried about it. No, but if they want to come and listen, I'll be free to tell them their destruction. No problem. That's fun. All right, but they're gone. Most of them are already destroyed anyways. All right. But what really sucks is that he's going off. A lot of these people are going off. A lot of these people have cigarettes and stuff like that and living it up, Now, I wish I had another sign. I wish I had something to put my sign on, but I don't really have anything. Now we're going to go into what happens if you break the law, right? Where are you going to be? Least in the kingdom of heaven, right? Now, I'm not saying that if you break the law, you'll be least in the kingdom of heaven, even though that's exactly what it sounds like I said. But let me get the scripture out real quick for Matthew chapter 5, verse 19. Whosoever shall break one of these least commandments and shall teach men so, he shall be called the least in the kingdom of heaven. But whoso shall do and teach them, the same shall be called great in the kingdom of heaven. This scripture right here. There are times you're going to fall short, of course. Everyone falls short of the glory of God. But there's a key point I want to bring out here. Whosoever shall break one of these commandments and shall teach men so. You got some of these Israelites saying you only have to keep the 10 commandments, that you can still eat pork, right? That you can still eat swine's flesh, right? That you don't have to observe the Sabbath or honor the Sabbath, right? You got some Hebrew Israelites saying Edomites can be saved. You got some Hebrew Israelites saying, hey, you can smoke weed. But what's to say about this? That according to Matthew chapter 5, verse 19, Those who teach men to do so about breaking these laws will be called least in the kingdom of heaven. All right? These people who break the laws don't have the wisdom, because they don't know. It's like the account of Nineveh. They don't know their right hand or left hand, right? These people don't know, but these people got to come back. Eventually, the Lord's going to make all these people come back, whether it be by, I don't know, something. But we're going to go to Sirach, chapter 19, verse 18. And we're going to go into the first step of being accepted by the Lord. For Sirach, chapter 19, verse 18, also known as Ecclesiasticus, the fear of the Lord is the first step to be accepted of him, and wisdom obtaineth his love. Right. So, the fear of Yahweh is the first step to be accepted of him, and wisdom obtaineth his love. Right? Straight up. And if you fear him, we're going to keep on going. The commandments of the knowledge of the commandments of the Lord is the doctrine of life, and they that do things that please him shall receive the fruit of the tree of immortality. All right, so receive eternal life, and we know that this is only for the Israelites, right? But what do we have to do here? According to verse 20, the fear of the Lord is all wisdom, and then all wisdom is the performance of the law. So through wisdom is the performance of the law, right? Hey man, how you doing? And the knowledge of his omnipotence, right? So all wisdom isn't how smart you are, okay? It isn't how how many muscles you know how to hit on a certain day, all right? And it isn't about what you got on your math test. Wisdom is about keeping the commandments and laws of the Lord, Yahweh. That's wisdom, right? And through that shows his omnipotence. Okay. Now I'm about to go inside soon. I'm about to call it a day. I'm going to stay out here for a little longer. Alright. But that's wisdom for you, right? Now, this is my first time preaching. I might be, not first time, but, first time preaching to someone, so I might be a little shaky. Just whatever. Right? But that's basically what this is about. Keep the law, statutes, commandments of the Lord, and you'll be fine. Alright? For in that day, people are going to rely on their tools and their weapons. But what happens in the day of destruction? I'm going to go right here. Psalm chapter 33, verse 17. And horse is a vain thing for safety, neither shall he deliver any by his great strength. Right, so there you go. Horse is a vain thing. It can't be delivered by the strength of all of your weapons and cars. Hey man, how you doing? You know you're an Israelite? No? Keep the cans, man, alright? You didn't even care. Oh well, I told him he was an Israelite. You didn't want to keep it. You just had that face of, oh, it's whatever. Yeah, I told him, the blood's off my head. Now back to what I was reading. King James, let's see. Psalm chapter 33, verse 17. And horse is a vain thing for safety, neither shall he deliver any by his great strength. Right, so horse also just means by the strength of other measures. So for instance, a good example or good analogy of this is in the day of destruction. People rely on riches. That may be their horse to rely on, right? But riches profited not in the day of destruction. People may rely on their strength in the day of destruction. But little they know, in the day of destruction, that profited them not, right? Or what happens when there's a famine and you can't work out? You're going to lose that muscle. You're not going to be as strong as, you're not going to be able to keep up. Imagine having to fast time and time again, and that muscle coming away from you, you know what I mean? Hey man, how you doing? Got 2 minutes? I don't even know what he said. Anyways, he said something like whatever. But yeah, the reason why I said that is because I didn't even know what he said, man. He said something. I don't know. But yeah, people may rely on their cars to get them out of trouble. But the thing is, they're all going to be confounded. Everyone's going to be confounded. All right? Only those who trust in the Lord will be safe. For the Lord Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yeshai, is a strong tower. Right? Proverbs chapter 18, verse 10. The name of the Lord is a strong tower. The righteous runneth into it and is safe. Right. So while these people being destroyed by nukes and stuff were taken up by the chariots, we be good. Lord willing, and one of the hopeful elect, you know? Or even just this time right now, when destruction hasn't popped off yet, the Lord's pretty much keeping you safe, keeping you good, you know? And hey, that's one of the best things you can ask for, you know? For His grace is sufficient, you know? And people are going to see what really matters in that day. Money, fame, gold, riches. They're going to see all that stuff don't matter. At least not compared to the Lord Yahweh. Alright? Ba'ashem Yahshai. They're going to realize, oh man, this is actually, like it says, they're going to be casting their gold and silver in the streets. Right? Now, that one sister I wanted to go to Isaiah chapter 3, verse 16, but that may have been too deep for her. I didn't want to come off to seem like I was attacking her, but if one of them comes by again, I'll be sure to tell him something, right? Let's go right here. Dang, it's windy, man. This is why I didn't bring the signs out here, man. For I knew that they would not hear me, because it is a stiff-necked people, but in their land or captivities they shall remember themselves. So that's what I was telling that sister right there. That land or captivity, that will remember ourselves, you know? And the thing is, right? Before, when we were Gentiles, and I'm using Gentiles in a sense that we didn't know we were Israelites at the time, we didn't know who we were. However, what ended up happening, a lot of us in America, the land of our captivity, the land of bondage, also known as Egypt, have woken up in the land of this captivity. Now, our people have gotten so used to oppression, right, that they just roll with it. They'll be oppressed and they'll be like, I'm not oppressed. Or they'll have a serious case of Stockholm Syndrome. You know, a lot of our people just have a serious case of Stockholm Syndrome, dude. Goodness, man. But you know what also gives them a serious case of Stockholm Syndrome? White Jesus. There you go. Who's that? Nah, she ain't want to come. Oh well. But there you go. Alright. Look, two brothers over there. See that? Two brothers right over there. I don't want to come. But you know, they're afraid. Because you know why? The word of the Lord is as a two-edged sword, right? The word... Right, let's go to Hebrews chapter 4, verse 12. For the word of Yahweh is quick and powerful and sharper than any two-edged sword, piercing even to the dividing asunder of soul and spirit, right? And of the joints and marrow, and is a discerner of thoughts and the intents of the heart. So there you go. Oh, now they're coming, but they don't want to hear. You know what I mean? And these are the guys I talked to before. Now let's see if they're going to want to hear it this time. They ain't want to try to look at me. Hey, brother, how you doing? Hey, doing good. You know your nationality according to the Bible?
Yes, sir.
What are you then?
I ain't nothing, but I go to church.
Okay, great.
I gotta go.
Can I read you something real quick?
I gotta go do something, bro.
Okay, bro.
Thank you.
I just want to tell you you're actually an Israelite, and if you read Deuteronomy chapter 28, you'll get a clue. Okay.
Can I go to church?
All right. Cool. I just want to tell you you're an Israelite. Okay.
Thank you.
All right. Bless you. All right. That was better than I expected. You know, he was receptive towards it. You know, he goes to church. Now, I'm not telling him that I don't care if he goes to church or not, because he's being taught false doctrine at church, right? But clearly he didn't have enough time to talk, so sometimes you just gotta let those guys go. You know, like it says, wisdom crieth in the street, right? But if you reject harsh warning, there's nothing you could do for a stiff-necked person that rejects rebukes. That's all. Alrighty. Alright, that's gonna be probably it for today. All praise to Yahweh Hashem Mishai. All praise to Yahweh Hashem Mishai. Shalom. I hope this was very edifying, and peace and blessings to the hopeful elect.